Welcome students. We are studying chapter 1 of Geography class 10 CBSE, Land Resources. Two videos we have already covered and those have already been uploaded on YouTube. You can access those videos by clicking on the I button which is on your top right corner of the screen. So in this video we are going to focus on the four major points. Number 1, why do we need to conserve the resource? Why we need to take efforts to conserve it? We'll see that too. Then we'll see what amount of land in India is degraded and what is the reason for that degradation. Then we'll see different states of India have degraded land, but every state have different reason for the land to be degraded. And by the end we'll cover what measures we can adopt to control the land degradation. So let's start with first. We can cite three major reasons that we can say that we need, for these reasons we need to conserve land, and those three reasons are: number one, we can term it as the moral responsibility. What is the moral responsibility? Now we are living in this world, we have the air which is much suitable for breathing, we have good land, the land which is providing us food. So it is a moral responsibility when we will hand over these resources to our future generation. We should hand it over to them in the intact condition. It should be usable for future generations too, because our previous generations are given us in a good condition. So we also have to pass it on to our next generation in a good condition. So that is a moral responsibility. Otherwise, how our future generation would survive? Second reason, we need lots of things in a life. We need food, clothing, shelter, and there are lots of things that we need in a life, and 95% of them come from the nature. And in that nature, land plays a very vital role. So if we want to sustain the way of life, if we want to sustain the condition living standard that we're having now, we need to conserve land resources and the natural resources if we want to sustain the standard of living that we're having now. If we do not conserve these resources, there will be shortage of these resources and a life won't be as comfortable as it is today. And third, nature has its own functioning, nature has its own mechanism. Nature degrade the land and nature for reform the land. Nature keep remaking, refreshing the natural resources. So we have contributed to nature's destructive power, but we have not contributed to nature's constructive power. It means nature degrade the land at one place and conserve the land at another place. But we have reduced nature's ability to regenerate because we have polluted the nature. But at the same time, we have increased nature's power to destroy. So we have did totally negative things, something that we needed to enhance that we degraded, and something that we needed to reduce that we have enhanced. So there's a last chance for maybe for our generation after 100 or 200 years, if we continue the way of wastage, bad behavior towards nature, whatever we are having nowadays, if we continue, maybe after a couple of centuries earth won't be a place suitable for the human habitation. So we need to conserve the natural resources even now, even we are late to somewhat. I hope you know about the Greta Thunberg and what speech she has given at some international forum. I forgot the name of that forum right now. Greta Thunberg, you can search on YouTube and Google, you'll find out about that girl. So now I told you next point in this chapter video would be current status of land degradation. So as of now, we have 130 million hectare of degraded land in India. 130 million hectare. It means 1 crore 30 lakh hectare. Now what is the hectare? Hectare is approximately 2.5 acre of land. To be more precise, 2.47 acre of land makes 1 hectare. Now what is acre? Generally it is 4,350 square feet makes 1 acre. So I think this would be enough for you to understand what a magnanimity, what a hugeness of the land is there which is degraded. And the total 130 million degraded land is degraded because of different types of degraded land. For example, out of that 130 million, 28% land is the forest degraded land. It means forest land which is spoiled. Degrade means, of course, you may have the question. Degrade means spoiled land, not good for cultivation. Then 56% is water eroded land, the land which is spoiled because of water, maybe overwatering. And 10% saline and alkaline, that is saline and saline or alkaline, both mean the same, means salt content more in water. We'll discuss this point later on. And 6% is land is eroded by wind, desert areas we can say. And there are some human activities too that have caused land degradation, especially mining, underground mining, surface mining, and deforestation. These are the human activities that have caused land degradation. Okay, I hope this slide is clear. Let us move to the next slide. The major reasons of land degradation in India. These are the major reasons, and each reason is responsible for degrading land in different states. Now just pay attention to these four reasons of land degradation, and later we'll see each reason is responsible for land degradation in which state. Let's see. First we'll see land degradation due to deforestation, which is done for mining. It means for mining we have cut the trees. For mining we have cut the trees. Okay, and generally there are two types of mining: underground mining and surface mining. Underground mining, of course, it is bad for the environment, but not as much bad as the surface mining is. Surface mining means, by the way, why do we do surface mining? We practice surface mining to obtain those natural resources or those minerals which are close to the earth's surface. So in that way we remove the topsoil to access the mineral resources. So when we remove the topsoil, obviously we have to remove all the vegetation over that topsoil. It means important area that can be used for agriculture or that can be used for forest, that land is degraded. So deforestation for mining is major reason for land degradation in states like Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, and Orissa. Well, consider them Central and East Indian states. Remember this, Central and East Indian states. Which states where the mining deforestation is responsible? Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Orissa, and Jharkhand. These four states, reason for land degradation is deforestation, which is done for mining. Next batch of states or next group of states where overgrazing. Overgrazing means farmers keep cattle with them, and those cattle need to eat the food for them, and that they graze. The image is showing here. So overgrazing is responsible for degradation of land in Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Gujarat, and Maharashtra. Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Gujarat, and Rajasthan. In these four states, what is the reason for land degradation? Overgrazing. See, before overgrazing, this is land suitable for grazing. Now animals are grazing, and after grazing, this is the condition. So remember, deforestation for mining states are Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Orissa, and Jharkhand. Overgrazing, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, Rajasthan, and Maharashtra. Third reason for land degradation is over irrigation. Reason 3 is over irrigation. बहुत ज़्यादा पानी देना agriculture के लिए. So which areas are degraded land due to over irrigation is Punjab, Haryana, and Western Uttar Pradesh. Here the full Uttar Pradesh is there, but generally consider the Western Uttar Pradesh. I hope you remember that last year we studied about the Green Revolution, and Green Revolution was mainly successful in Punjab, Haryana, and Western Uttar Pradesh. So here farmer practice more farming, and that too modern farming methods that needs HYV seeds, high yielding variety seeds, and HYV seeds needs fertilizers and over irrigation, excessive irrigation, and that excessive irrigation leads to water logging. Water logging means पानी जमा हो जाता है और लंबे समय तक जमा रहता है, and when water remain accumulated over a certain land for some long period of time, that increases the salinity or alkalinity of the soil. What is the alkalinity? Alkalinity means a soluble salt is mixed with the soil. Generally, if the pH level of the soil is above 7, we call it alkalinity. Okay, that is sweet soil something. So salinity or alkalinity, it means high soil content in that area. And if there is a high soil content, not soil content, salt content. Salinity or alkalinity means having high salt content, and if there is a high salt content in the soil, that soil is not good for cultivation. Both the examples you can see here. So which three states? Punjab, Haryana and Western Uttar Pradesh, especially the states where the Green Revolution has been a success story. uh, is mineral processing industries. The last reason is mineral processing industry. I'll still revise again. First was land degradation for done because of deforestation, which was done for mining. Then overgrazing. Third, over irrigation. And fourth reason is mineral processing industries. What is the mineral processing industry? Minerals means coal is a mineral. Some many other minerals, stone minerals are there that we use in a day-to-day life. Kadapa, marble industry, tiles making industry, all that come under soap, stone industry, talcum powder, all that come in the mineral processing industries. Now, how the mineral processing industries cause land pollution? First, understand the meaning of infiltration. This is the infiltration. Maybe a fine flour of maida is there and maida is in the sieve. यहाँ पे उसे शेक किया जा रहा है और मैदा छन रहा है, इन्फिल्ट्रेट हो रहा है, छन के नीचे आ रहा है. दिस इज द प्रोसेस ऑफ इन्फिल्ट्रेशन. Why I'm telling you the meaning of this in this video? Because here maida, the fine flour, is being infiltrated. In the same way, water also gets infiltrated to the water level, underground water table. Rainwater goes to underground water table. So water infiltrate through soil. So infiltration is a good process. And these industries, mineral processing industries, obstruct this infiltration of water from the surface of the land to the underground water table. Let's see the stages of this. First, the mineral processing industry generate huge quantity of dust. Imagine a factory where marbles are carved in a different shapes. So in that industry, marbles need to cut, and when marbles are being cut, dust generates. And may at such a place where the marble industry is suitable, a place suitable for the marble industry, several factories are working there. So lots of dust is being created. See, the image shows here, and this dust ultimately settles down on some surface. If it is settles on your houses, on cars, on bike, you can clean it. But when it is settled on a land, we generally do not clean it, and it remains there for a long period of time, and the layer keeps on increasing in thickness. And that over the period of time, slight water, that layer becomes solid. Because it is from the rock, it becomes solid. And this layer retard, obstruct the infiltration of water from the surface of the land to the underground water table. And when water doesn't go inside the earth's surface, the soil becomes dry, the soil becomes arid, and that dry and arid soil, arid land, is not fit for cultivation. I think you have understood the process now. You can rewind this video and see again. Now, which are the major industries? I told you the marble processing industry. Of course, it is one of them. Other industries are cement industry, also comes in this same category, that create land pollution by generating dust, which later on settles on the land and then solidifies and obstruct the infiltration of water. There, what happens in cement industry? Limestone is grinded, and the soap industry, stones like calcite and soapstone, they are grinded, and dust is generated because of this. So this is also clear. Now we'll see various measures which we can adopt in order to prevent the degradation of soil, or we can take these measures to conserve the soil. Soil को, हमारी मिट्टी को खराब होने से बचाने के लिए ये सारे काम हम यहाँ कर सकते हैं. Which are those 7 steps or measures that we can take? Number 1, afforestation. Afforestation means opposite of deforestation. जंगल काटना मतलब deforestation. पेड़ लगाना, वृक्षारोपण मतलब afforestation. I think many of you might have participated in such event, tree plantation events. That is, tree plantation means afforestation. If you do afforestation, if you plant more trees, what will happen? So roots of the trees will hold the soil, and they will hold the water also. So there will be soil would be conserved. Erosion of the soil won't be possible then. Matlab water or wind will not take the soil from that place to some other place because the roots of the trees have hold the soil. Second, proper management of and control of the grazing land. Here the government can do something, or at least the panchayat samiti level or gram panchayat level something can be done. When the grazing is planned by the people in the village, they can plan in such a way as we studied last year. A Dietrich Brandis planted scientific forestry. It means certain areas trees to be cut, then another areas trees to be cut, then the first areas trees would be regrown. Such kind of planning can be done for controlling the grazing activities and grazing land. So same land can be used repeatedly in a cyclic manner for grazing, and overgrazing would be avoided. Now, plantation of shelter belt. What are the shelter belt? See, wind comes from either from the desert or from ocean. So on the desert or over the sea, there is no obstruction for the blowing wind, and such a wind which blows over lakhs of kilometers without any obstruction, such winds become very strong. And when those winds come on the coastal areas, they are so fast they erode the soil of the coastal area and take to some other place. So coastal area is unfit for cultivation because the good soil is being eroded. So what can we do? We can plant a belt of a trees. We can plant a trees in a straight rows, multiple trees in each row or multiple rows of the trees, and those trees, powerful strong trees, will cut the speed and the power of the wind, and such reduced wind with reduced power will not erode the soil. Then remaining soil can be used for cultivation. So this shelter belt can be on the coastal areas or can be on the border area between the normal land and the desert land. I hope you understood the shelter belt. Now, stabilization of the sand dunes or the thorny bushes. This is mostly happen in desert. Again, desert area, there is no moisture, there is no humus in the soil. So we can do something that water will remain there for some time, some other soil we can bring, and we can take here again it's a big topic in itself, how sand dunes can be stabilized, but there are several techniques. If you google you will come to know. If you adopt any of the technique to stabilize the sand dunes, even those sand dunes areas, desert areas, we can use for cultivation, our net sown area will increase then, so there will be enough supply of food grains. Then proper management of wasteland. What is the proper management of wasteland? See, there is a land which is a barren land, the land which cannot be used for cultivation, and we need to set up a factory. The factory is being set up on the land which is good for cultivation, so we are wasting two land. If the factory is diverted to the barren land, that first good land can be used for cultivation. So that planning we need to do. Governments can play a very important, very vital role in this matter. So while if any person applies for establishment of any factory or any industrial unit, that person must be forced to go and establish a new business or factory on a desert or barren land. Of course, government can give some concessions to that person so that if there's a distance, that person can match up with the distance. Or government can give transportation facilities to those desert land or a barren land where the industrialists would be tempted to go. Control on mining. We need to control mining with underground mining too and surface mining too. And mining can be controlled when the demand for the minerals reduces. And demand for the minerals can reduce only when we use the thing judiciously. When we stop wastage that we do, the demand would be less and mining would be less. Even we can do something here. And proper discharge and the disposal of the industrial effluents. Whatever poisonous, toxic or waste material that comes out of industry, we drain them in rivers or on the land. So we pollute rivers and land. Even you might have heard, since the corona outbreak, COVID-19 is there, our rivers are clean now. Even people said that from Amritsar, people can see Himalayas now. Ganga is again a very pure river now. Why? Because industrial effluents are stopped from entering into the river. So if you make a plan, government forces on the industrialist to clean the whatever discharge or waste they make and then reuse, and then clean matter should be released in water, our rivers would be clean and our lands also would be safer. These are all measures we can adopt in order to conserve in our country. So far in this video we have studied that we have to take steps to conserve land resources in a country. And why? Because it is a moral duty. Our needs are fulfilled from natural resources, especially soil, and we have increased the speed, destructive speed of nature. We need to reduce that. And we have around 130 million hectare degraded land. Then lands land is degraded in different state, and different state factors responsible for land degradation are also different. Now various measures can be taken to conserve the land. 7 measures we have seen, so that can be for 5 marks. So here we have come to the end of this video. In the next video we'll see on the soil resources. So here in this video I several times use the word soil resource. So it means land resource I mainly mean, but there's not a big difference between that. But next video will specifically focus on soil resource. I hope you have understood this video. So keep learning, take care, and if possible for you, you can viral this video. That will be a help for me. So thank you so much. Take care, keep learning, and tomorrow we'll start with soil resource. Till then, take care. Goodbye.